Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Nobility is shown by acting in a noble way. Nobility is not necessarily shown through talking. Why? Because anyone can talk and show a lot of articulation. Like former President Obama, who was supposed to be a very articulated individual, but he didn't say anything. So the substance of Obama was not there, but he was very articulated. So he was talking very nicely, very good, but as I said, the substance, nothing to say. So actions are the ones that will eventually classify who's noble and who's not noble. In this case, we have the leaders of Ukraine, of Ukrainian nation, and I'm talking about Mihal, Zelensky, Reznikov, and Yermak. These guys who are in charge of Ukraine. And I already figured out by his own actions and statements that Mr. Zelensky is not a noble person. I think he could be qualified or as a actually potential criminal, war criminal, mass murderer. And why do I say that? It's because he was the only leader that I heard, maybe you heard other leaders saying specifically, that nuclear weapons should be used against Russia in a preemptive strike. I never heard Putin saying that nuclear weapons should be used in Ukraine. I never heard Lavrov saying that. I heard Ramzan Kadyrov saying that, but who's he? You know what I mean? I didn't hear Biden saying that, or Macron, or Scholz, but I heard Zelensky. But thank God, whoever that might be, that Zelensky doesn't have nuclear weapons. Now, this article that I have here is not about Zelensky. It's about his appointee, friend, kosher friend, obviously. I'm pretty sure it's just a coincidence. Who's Alexei Reznikov, the Ukrainian defense minister. And he has this idea, or not, it's not his idea. He seems to agree, not seem actually, he agrees with something that someone else said to do to the Russians. So someone wants to cause pain and hardship to Russians, and he agrees with that. Now, this idea comes from the Czech Republic. Some individuals over there think that they should do this to the Russian embassy staff in Prague, the capital of Czech Republic. So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, December 2nd, 2022. Reznikov, who's this guy right here? Okay, so we have a face, right? This guy, he's the kosher guy, the Ukrainian defense minister. So Reznikov supports Czech idea to cut Russian embassy from electricity and water supply. So a Czech initiative to cut off electricity from the Russian embassy in Prague has found support from Alexei Reznikov, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, according to his post on Twitter on December 2nd. It's time for the terrorist state to taste its own medicine, to taste what it is doing to the civilian population, end quote, Reznikov wrote, adding that the petition has already received more than 100,000 votes. Now, here, these Americans say this, two wrongs don't make it right, or something like this. If the Russians are doing that, and they are not noble, you will not show nobility whatsoever through this action. Now, you can say, well, they do it, so why shouldn't they get back what they do to others, right? But then we use the scriptures, the Christian scriptures, and I'm pretty sure the Czech Republic, that is, I think it's Catholic, if it's not anyway, it's Christian, that's what matters, that they have this very important, how do you call it, precept, idea, saying don't do unto others what you don't want to be done unto you. Remember that? Hey, remember that? Okay, well, that's a Christian. Now, if the Russians are devils and terrorists and bad dudes, and you are the good guys, why don't you show that you are really the good guys by your deeds? Well, I don't think that deed, that action, would put you in the category of good people, good Christians. And I'm pretty sure from those 100,000 people, if you ask them how many of them are Christians, you're going to find a very great percentage that will say, yeah, I'm a Christian. And okay, I'm not holding Reznikov very much responsible, or how should I put it? I don't want to judge him too roughly about this, and I'm going to tell you why. He's Jewish. All right. Now I don't know if he's practicing Judaism or no. It's only that one of his parents is Jewish. And but anyway, I know that in the Old Testament, in the old scriptures, Judaism is not like the Christians. Turn the other cheek. This one, love your enemy, don't do unto others what you don't want to be done unto you. They have a different perspective of life, and this is theirs. An eye for an eye, right? A tooth for a tooth. That means if you harm me, I'm going to harm you back. Well, what do you think Czech Republic is? Is it a Christian country or is it a Judaic country? Judaic. By doing that, correct? And will that make you better than the ones that you don't like, that you consider terrorists, if you do the same thing? Or you just descend to the same level that you assign to the ones that you want to punish? Well, it's just a little observation on this issue. Now, Reznikov, I don't have any expectations from Reznikov whatsoever. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything goes with Reznikov. I don't know, I have just a gut feeling. I don't know, it's a perception, I guess. I think that if Reznikov, Zmihal was very quiet, but being in the same group, but Zelensky already said it. If these guys had nuclear weapons, they would have been probably used a long time ago. Now, obviously, this is a scenario. But from people's statements and behaviors, you can, kind of figure out how they would react in certain instances. So, yes, turn the water, electricity off to those staff members in Prague, because you are the good guys and those are the bad guys. Now, can you tell the difference? I can't. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.